Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Kingdom of the Apes Battle Lines. This is a National Geographic special. It's 45 minutes long. It's from 2017, and it just takes us through, honestly, years of the lives of these silverback gorillas and chimpanzees in the Gombe forests of Africa and Rwanda as well. In Africa, but it's one of these things that I find interesting about it. Yeah, I realize that a lot of these people, in order to get this kind of information about what's going on between these different clans or tribes of apes and things like that, is to be observing them for years and years and seeing how they interact, giving them names so that they have a point of reference. Oh, Titus is attacking Frodo, and Frodo is having conflicts with Freud or whatever. Like, they've got all these different names for them. I barely can tell them apart because, well, one has more red on top and the other one's more older, and some of them are smaller, and then one has his hair standing up at all times. And you do learn about how their social structure works. It's basically one guy who's at the top of the pile, and he's got his harem of women who he breeds out into various princes and princesses, and that's his kingdom. Kingdom of the Apes, not of the Planet of the Apes, but just Kingdom of the Apes. And he rules over a certain area, and as his kids get older, some of them might challenge him for his seat of power, or some from another group comes in, and it's you kind of figure that's how it works in the animal kingdom. They just fight for dominance and the right to breed the most females. But in the end, believe it or not, whether say a challenger comes along, if they don't fight for that challenge, half the time they just sort of eat and they poke at each other and they just sort of lay around for a little bit. Sometimes they're pretty intense fights, but sometimes when they're just, hey, I want your job, I want your position, it comes down to the women. The women go, well, he's younger, maybe go that direction. Give us more kids, maybe. How about it? And so if one walks away and the rest follow, that kind of guy that's left, the older one, Titus in this case, he's left with whoever sticks around, just laying around in the grass and the mist and everything else. How do you fight against that? You go after him, and is he big enough to take on the younger, scrappier one? It's all that drama that's sort of created from talking about apes. And the thing is, sometimes the succession isn't even decided by who's strongest in battle or which one the female goes with. It's also disease. In one case, in this, over the course of years, the mange just takes a bunch out of chimpanzees. Another one ape gets sick. He'll sometimes just wander off in the forest and he's gone. And you kind of figure that's the last you're going to see of him, so somebody stands up. It's all about proving themselves and everything else. To me, none of this is interesting. If we're going to see apes, I want them to talk and I want them to fight each other. Okay, I don't want them to talk. It's that whole, yeah. I don't like animals with their moving lips. Only in those Planet of the Apes movies, in the more recent ones, I can handle it there. None of this Air Bud or puppies and crap, none of that. And same thing with this. This is all very real. It's not a cute story about perseverance or standing your ground or leading a great tribe to glory like Mufasa. It's none of that. It's very much science and fact and real based. It is, of course, edited probably in ways to make the story more compelling and more dramatic. Music, of course, rises at the right moments. But for the most part, it's kind of dry. It's kind of just, if you love apes, if you love this whole type of culture, like understanding animal culture and how they fight for power over the women folk, who often get the final say anyway. Yeah, yeah, go for it. This is your thing. It's not my thing, but it is what it is. It's on Disney Plus, and I'm gonna watch it. So that's what I've done. I am gonna move on to the next thing. It's pretty. I can't really say a whole lot more. That's gonna tell you whether it's good or not. It's well shot. Some of the stuff looks like really old grainy footage. So again, I'm not sure how long of a period and when this started, how long of a period this all took place. But he does say sometimes 2 to 4 years have passed between certain parts of that story. It's kind of interesting in that part. It's not just everybody's battling for power every day. It's not like that. So what we're about to start on is a new journey on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. It is the holidays, and I have picked out 12, maybe more depending on how I feel like it, but 12 starting tomorrow, very holiday, Christmas-centric episodes. Now, I've gone through a lot over the last few years where I do this 12 episodes leading up to Christmas every year, and maybe not in the early years, but I can't remember. It's been so long. What we get here is 12 episodes that I've already picked out. I already know what I'm going to watch, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I was going to say something else, but yeah, it's mostly, I've cleaned out a lot of the stuff, and a lot of times if the Christmas stuff sticks around throughout the year, sometimes they take it away over Christmas, and they bring it in over Christmas, and once January hits, it goes away until the next holiday. Sometimes the Christmas stuff sticks around, and I've already been watching Christmas stuff in August and July and May, and it doesn't fit, but I get to wear the hat. Yeah, I'll be wearing the hat for the next 12 days at least. And so yeah, I've already picked out the next episode, and the first one is the final Home Alone that I have yet to see. Every time I think we're done with Home Alone movies, there's one more. So we're going to watch tomorrow, Home Alone, The Holiday Heist. So, no, I've not seen it. This one might even be a girl. I can't tell. There's just a kid with an open mouth and, trying to Macaulay Culkin it, but you can't really, match the Culk. I'm not going to say that ever again. Sorry. So yeah, Macaulay Culkin, there's no Macaulay Culkin as far as I can tell in this. It is one of the many direct-to-video spin-offs that were created, I believe. Home Alone, The Holiday Heist is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you tomorrow with that.